Ambassador Zektar's tentacles writhed in agitation as he read the transmission for the fifth time. The holographic display flickered with the simple, defiant message that had arrived at the Galactic Council chambers just 3 standard hours ago. "This is Commander Sarah Chen of Mining Station Kepler 442b. As of today, we are declaring our independence from the Terran Federation and establishing the Free Republic of New Haven. We will no longer be bound by galactic taxation, regulation, or jurisdiction. That is all." The ambassador's 3 eyes blinked in rapid succession, a sign of extreme distress among his species. Mining Station Kepler 442b wasn't supposed to exist anymore. According to every official record, it had been abandoned 15 years ago when the hyperspace route shifted, making it economically unviable. The Terran Federation had written it off as a loss, and the galaxy had forgotten about the small outpost orbiting a dead world in the outer rim. "Counselor Vexon," Zektar called to his aide, "pull up everything we have on this Kepler 442b. The insectoid being's compound eyes glowed as he accessed the databanks. "Sir, it shows here as decommissioned. Status, abandoned. Population, 0. Last supply run was 14 years, 7 months ago." Zektar's largest eye focused intently on the screen. "Then who exactly is Commander Sarah Chen?" 3 systems away. In the sterile chambers of the Hegemony War Council, General Krex slammed his armored fist against the tactical display. The sound echoed through the chamber like thunder, causing several junior officers to flinch. A single "Mining station?" he roared, his reptilian features twisted in disbelief. "One forgotten human outpost thinks it can defy the natural order?" Admiral Isith, her serpentine form coiled around her command throne, spoke with deadly calm. "Perhaps we should investigate before dismissing them, General. Humans have a disturbing tendency to survive where they shouldn't." Krex's eyes narrowed. "They're miners and engineers, Admiral. What threat could they possibly pose?" The answer came sooner than expected. Captain Torex of the Hegemony cruiser Sovereign's Wrath was the first to discover just how wrong they were. His ship had been dispatched on what should have been a simple reconnaissance mission: locate the outpost, assess the situation, and report back. It was supposed to be routine. "Sir," his sensor operator called out, mandibles clicking nervously, "I'm reading massive energy signatures ahead. This can't be right." Where Torex expected to find a small, deteriorating mining platform, his view screen revealed something that defied every tactical manual he'd ever studied. Kepler 442b had been transformed into a fortress that would make a Hegemony battle station envious. Massive railgun batteries protruded from what had once been ore processing facilities. The asteroid belt around the planet had been converted into a defensive grid of automated turrets and missile platforms. Most disturbing of all, energy readings suggested the humans had somehow managed to weaponize their mining equipment on a scale that shouldn't have been possible. "Incoming transmission," his communications officer announced. A woman appeared on screen. Commander Sarah Chen, presumably. She was middle-aged, with graying hair and hands that bore the calluses of someone who'd spent decades working with heavy machinery. But her eyes held the steel of someone who'd made an impossible choice and would see it through to the end. "Captain Torex of the Hegemony vessel," she said, somehow knowing his name and ship designation. "You have 30 seconds to reverse course, before we demonstrate why the galaxy forgot about us for a reason." Torex's pride overrode his tactical sense. "I am a captain of the Hegemony fleet. You will stand down immediately or face the consequences." Chen's smile was cold as vacuum. 20 seconds. Power weapons. Torex ordered. Show these primitives what real firepower looks like. The Sovereign's wrath never got the chance to fire. The first salvo from Kepler 442b's defense grid tore through their shields like they were made of paper. The second salvo vaporized their weapons array. The third was a warning shot that missed their engines by mere meters. "Next one won't miss," Chen's voice crackled over the comm. "Your choice, Captain." For the first time in his military career, Captain Torex ordered a retreat. The news spread across the galaxy like wildfire. A forgotten human mining station, one that officially didn't exist, had single-handedly faced down a hegemony cruiser and sent it running. The implications were staggering. In emergency session, the Galactic Council convened to address what they were calling the Kepler incident. Representatives from a dozen major civilizations gathered to discuss the impossible, how an abandoned Outpost had not only survived, but thrived in complete isolation. "The economic implications alone are catastrophic," wheezed Counselor Blixon, his gaseous form shimmering with anxiety. "If one human outpost can declare independence and enforce it, what's to stop others? What's to stop entire systems from following suit?" Ambassador Zektar had spent the past week diving deep into classified files, and what he'd discovered had turned his understanding of humans upside down. "Counselors," he began, his voice unusually grave, "I believe we've fundamentally misunderstood the nature of human expansion. We assumed they needed constant supply lines, regular contact with their homeworlds. We were wrong." He activated a holographic display showing the 15-year communication blackout around Kepler 442b. These humans didn't just survive, they evolved. Cut off from their civilization, they did what humans do best. They adapted, they innovated, and they refused to give up. They've had 15 years to develop in complete isolation, free from galactic oversight and restrictions. The chamber fell silent as the implications sank in. "Furthermore," Zektar continued, "preliminary analysis of their defensive capabilities suggests they've somehow managed to exceed standard human military technology by decades. Isolation didn't weaken them. It made them stronger." 3 days later, a joint fleet comprising ships from 6 different galactic powers arrived at Kepler 442b. The humans were waiting. Commander Chen's image appeared simultaneously on every command bridge in the fleet. Behind her, through the viewports of what had once been a simple mining station, they could see the bustling activity of a thriving civilization. Humans moved with purpose through corridors lined with technology that seemed both familiar and alien. "Welcome to New Haven," Chen said simply. "Population, 47,312, all citizens of the first truly independent human nation. We mine our own resources, manufacture our own goods, and defend our own borders. We owe nothing to anyone, and we bow to no authority but our own." Fleet Admiral Kexmoth, veteran of a dozen galactic conflicts, found himself at a loss for words. He'd come prepared for a siege, possibly a short war. He hadn't come prepared for this quiet confidence, this absolute certainty. "Commander Chen," he finally managed, "you cannot seriously believe that one system can stand against the combined might of the galaxy." Chen's expression didn't change. "Admiral, you're making the same mistake everyone else has made about humans. You assume we need to stand against you. We don't. We just need to make it more expensive to conquer us than it is to leave us alone. And after 15 years of preparation, I guarantee you, we are very, very expensive." The fleet withdrew without firing a shot. Within a year, 17 other forgotten human outposts declared independence. The galaxy discovered, to its horror, that humanity's true strength had never been their technology or their numbers. It was their stubborn refusal to accept that anything was impossible. New Haven became the first of many free human republics. And the galaxy learned a hard lesson. Never assume a human is beaten just because you can't see them anymore. They might just be getting ready to surprise you.